Hello and welcome. My name is Teresa, and in today's video I was going to share with you how I created this card. Full disclosure, this card is actually inspired by a tea towel that I found. See, you can find inspiration anywhere. Let's go ahead and get started. Today I am using, it'll be a little bit different. This was on Evening Evergreen. I am totally into the Evening Evergreen and the soft succulent. I don't know why, they just appeal to me. But anyhow, we're going to make the second card with the soft succulent. So I already have a piece cut, and apparently I scored it incorrectly. So let's see if I can score it correctly this time. I better double check my measurements. I took a sheet of 8.5 by 11, so it should measure 5.5. Yes, so on the 8-inch side, I want to score it at 4 1/4. That's exactly what I did. I believe I scored it at 4. That's why it's wrong. That's okay. I can save it. Always save those scraps. Let's see if I fold it this time. Will it be good? Absolutely. Let's get that bone folder out. Make a nice crease. There we go. All right, so that's going to be my base card. I have 2 sheets of white. This is very bright. I actually ran out of some cardstock, so I went to the local office supply store and I just purchased some cardstock from there. It will work in a pinch. Anyhow, I have 2 sheets. They measure 4 inches by 5 1/4. So they're going to be my insert and my first, actually no, that needs to be cut smaller. Sorry, that's also 4 inches by 5 1/4. I needed to cut this second one a little bit smaller, so I want to come in yet another 1/4 of an inch. We turn on the camera and we just go live. So I want this to measure 3 3/4. And of course, this one, we're going to take it down another 1/4 of an inch. So this needs to measure 5 inches. There we go, because we're going to stamp on this one. Oh, I know what I meant to say. We needed another sheet as well. So we can still use 2 that measure the 4 by 5 1/4, but we definitely need one that's measured a little bit smaller for the base card. So this is going to have a completely different look, much brighter. I hope it works out. Now on this spare one, we're going to do a little bit of stamping. And the stamp set that I'm using is right here. It's Christmas Barn. It does come with coordinating dies. And remember, when you purchase them as a bundle, you save 10%. So if you're interested in it, get in touch with your local Stampin' Up demonstrator. Now, I have already gone so far as to ink my base card. And what I did is I just mounted the barn on this E-block, inked it up with some Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and put that image here. Then I took the wreath, inked it up as well with some Memento Black. I also tried it with the Evening Evergreen, and I just liked it with the Memento Black. So that's what I did. And I stamped that as well. Now, the colors I chose to use, I colored the barn with the light red. And you're probably thinking light red, but just wait and see. I promise you, I just used light red and really took my time and did all of this. And then I also did this little section up here. Okay? I think I'm going to enlarge this, bring you in a little bit closer so you can see. There you go. And my hand is a little shaky after a long day of working on the computer. That's just the byproduct. Now, I'm not going to take the time to do all that with you. I'm going to show you. There's a finished product. Let me just put this here. Now, the other thing I did is I used the dark real red. And for that, I put that on the bow on the wreath. And I left some, some white part of the paper undone. Okay? And that's up to you. Some people prefer to do the entire thing. That's fine. Then, taking my light Evening Evergreen, I just laid down some green within the wreath because there are some parts that aren't stamped, so there'll be some white space. Okay? Now, I did not want to use anything other than just a lead pencil. This is Bic. I just took a pencil that I had and I colored in, and you can kind of see it, all the panels of the doors And the barn door here. These doors up there, just those recessed pieces. Okay, colored all that in. And I even used the pencil just to color in this roof line. And again, I'm not going to do all of it because I'm very aware of the time. You are probably already an experienced stamper and you're just grabbing ideas, and that's fine. So again, you might even want to apply a little bit more. That's up to you, but just a pencil, that's all I used. Then I decided I was going to make, taking my dauber, and I like to label them, and my soft succulent ink. I just colored in the snow part. So let's just dab a little here, and then I like the harsh part there. Okay, and that will be it. Let me go ahead and put that aside. Now, because you got the coordinating stamp, the coordinating dies, I hope you did, you would then go ahead and apply the die for the barn and the die for the wreath. Take it over to your Big Shot or whichever machine you have. And see, I told you I had already had it done in the interest of time. Boom, and that's ready to go. So we already have those two pieces. Now the trees on the background, that's done a little differently. Now what I did is I took the stamp that comes with, of course this one's not on a block, we can remedy that, boom, and using Evening Evergreen, okay, and a spare sheet of paper. Let me go ahead and grab one of those. There's always paper lying around. Okay, this is going to be my worksheet, and you'll see what I'm doing in a minute, I promise. I kind of do this. I put that there because I wanted to make sure where I was doing this, because you'll get to play with some of this. Okay, let's go ahead and ink it up. Yep, you can see, perfect. I know I'm usually not this close. I usually don't pull you in this close. And I'm going to go ahead and put a dark one right there. Okay, and the fact that it didn't all go down, that's fine. That is perfectly fine. And then let's put another one maybe up even a little higher. Let me push down a little bit harder. This is not doing a good job, is it? I don't like that. Will that hide it? That is not going to hide it. Well, let's see what else we can do. I'm doing something wonky. It worked earlier. Yeah, I am just not getting what I need, am I? No, not at all. All right, well, you get to see firsthand how we correct this. I'm just cleaning off this block. Remember, we do not edit, so we're going to make do. I am wondering, let me go ahead and recut another piece. I need to cut this a little bit smaller, remember, because we're building layers. So I need to take 1/4 inch off of this. So 3 3/4. Feel free to fast forward through this section. Wouldn't blame you if you did. All right, I'm hoping this will work. Let's find out. Let's try it again. Pretty sure I used the Evening Evergreen. I did, I had to have. Yeah, it was Evening Evergreen. All right, let's see what happens. Again, just kind of being mindful of placement. Did much better. And I want to do another dark one. See, I keep putting that back because I know that my cutout piece is going to go there. And I want that to be a little higher. Pushing much harder. Now I'm going to ink it up and kind of tap that off, maybe a little bit more. Then I'm going to apply pressure. Let's see what it looks like. That's what I want. That's fine. And just one off. Okay, because again, that's going to hide those pieces, so that is fine. Don't worry about that. You can build your own forest. Now, if you have some other tree stamps, you can certainly use those. I would encourage it, as a matter of fact. Let's put one right there. At this point, I can actually start doing this. I might even want to see how that's just kind of peeking out. I think what I can do, hopefully I didn't just ruin that. We'll see. You'll see with me. Oh, that's a wonky tree, but that's all right. That'll work. Let me move some of these pieces back so you can take a better look. Okay? See that? And we are close. Actually, we're here. We can start assembling just like that. It goes so quickly. So while that is drying just a second more, let's go ahead and insert our white sheet on the inside. I think I might just go ahead and pull the camera angle out a little bit more so you have more visibility. So bear with me. There we go. That's the wrong way. There you go. And I can move over here. Then let's go ahead and put this piece on our paper. I don't think I told you where I got the paper from, this designer series paper, so I will show you that in just a second. Again, I try to line up the bottom and then let it do the rest. This is from the 6x6 Tidings of Christmas, their designer series paper. Look at that. Remember, each piece is printed front and back. And this one that I'm using, it's that side. It's the back piece of this beautiful holly leaves. Gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Okay, now we can go ahead and apply this to our card. Thank you for hanging with me, by the way. I do try to make these videos pretty much as quick as I can and straight to the point. Hope you appreciate that. All right. And let's go ahead and put this one down here. See, we're getting there. Now for this, I did, ooh, look how much it bled through. I did actually pull out my Tombow liquid glue. And the reason I use glue is that would just give me that extra second to position it if I needed to. So keeping that in mind, don't apply your glue too close to the edges, because if you move it too far, you don't want it to seep out. Okay? And even with that, you kind of want to get it where you want it. See, I can move it just a little. You don't want any glue to seep out any of the sides. And just give it a second. Perfect. I raised the wreath up with stamping dimensionals, even though it's super tiny. So let me show you what I did and how I did that. Most of you already know. I took just one of the stamping dimensionals, cut it in half, and put one piece down here at the bow and one here at the top of the wreath. Can you see that? And then let's grab that pick tool, see if we can't get that backing off like a charm. And you can put this wherever you want. I do like it pretty much right over the door. I think that looks nice. Then I did take my Wink of Stella and I applied some, and it might not show up on camera, but in person, when I brought it downstairs in the light to show the, and I even put it on the bow this time, look. And when you put it to some of this leaves, I guess it might change the color a little bit. That's okay. So just kind of think about it. Can't hurt. Remember, there's so much variety in nature. Don't want it to be too perfect because that's typically never the case in nature. And then the other thing I did, let me clean that off. I'm just wiping it on a sheet of paper that's off to the side. I even added it all to this roof line. And again, in person, I don't know that you can see it, but in person, let's put some down here as well too. Why not? I didn't do that on this other one, but I think I want to do that. Okay, just like that. See if you can get the shimmer. I'm not sure it'll show up. Maybe, maybe not. In this stamp set, I really like the sentiment. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And I have that on a block, very dirty block. I probably should clean it. Let's use the Memento ink. And this is dangerous. I should have stamped this beforehand, because if I put it down here wrong, I can really mess up the whole card at this point. And I wouldn't be surprised if I did. I'll be honest with you. Wouldn't surprise me at all. It's okay. We always make it work. Let's see, that looks good. And it's going to be off camera a second because I want to be able to see it. Maybe it's not too off camera. I'm going to try to line it up as even as I can and apply pressure. Don't wiggle it around, rock it. Don't do that. Just straight down. Ta-da! I like it. I like it. I like it. Now, of course, I do want to put some embellishments on it. The ones I'm currently liking, let me grab them. Come on. It's the red and green adhesive backed pearls. So you've got your red, your green, some silver, and some gold. And I chose to use the green. I just thought they looked really pretty, and I'm not changing it. I'm going to continue with that. Let's pop one right there. Grab one, maybe put it here. Not exactly the same place as my first card, but that is okay. And look at it. What do you think? What do you think? So this one has a warmer, it's on a darker background. It's got the evening evergreen. This one, I just put it on the soft succulent. If you like it, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. Appreciate it. I'm trying to zoom in so you can take a photo. Remember, it's not too early to start on your Christmas cards. Get them done, get them knocked out of the way, and then go on and enjoy all the festivities of this holiday season. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please consider doing so. And in the meantime, and until the next time, happy stamping.